Monday Fun Day today, and today only. I promise to limit how much I talk about politics today. It's going to be hard. It is going to be much harder than I think it'll be because I do have a couple topics queued up that I'm probably going to stick my nose into, but Chastity has the water bottle, and she will squirt me if I go too political today. So it's Monday Fun Day. And our guest that we have lined up today really, it's where I came up with the phrase, because we got Marc Behrens. He is the owner of Behrens Frozen Custard.
Yum.
Is going to be calling in. He was going to come in, but he's going and if he came in, he was going to be bringing some frozen custard with him.
I was excited.
It is the best frozen custard on the planet. Absolutely delicious. He's going to be our first guest. Local musician Kevin Moon is going to be in studio, bringing in a couple of his tunes that we'll be playing for our listeners. And then my buddy, Bill Dopp, he is the ambassador for tennis to the state of Georgia. He's going to be coming in the second hour and telling us about how we as Georgians and listeners of the show can get healthier by getting involved in the fantastic sport of tennis.
Absolutely.
So you see why I'm calling it Monday Fun Day?
I like it.
Yeah?
I like it. And we started off with ice cream. Yum.
I know. We'll see what we're going to do. We got Marc coming in to talk about ice cream.
Yes.
And then Bill Dopp comes in and tells us how to burn those calories right off.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
And that's how you do it.
Hey, that's a win-win.
Anytime I have a tennis match, Chastity, I go in, get cleaned up, knock out a bowl of ice cream.
There you go.
Because I've earned it.
Hey, that's perfect.
The problem is the math, the calories that you burn playing tennis only burn a fraction of the calories that I eat in the ice cream.
At least you're out there doing that, so that's what matters.
Do you eat ice cream?
Yes, love it.
So when I go ice cream, I go big bowl.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't do like the little one mini scoop. Like when Liliana says, she wants an ice cream, she just wants like one little mini spoon scoop put in a bowl, sprinkle a couple chocolate chips on it.
Yum.
So for me,
you want the big
pounds.
Do you do the different flavors, or is it just one kind of?
No, like if I open one container, because I typically have 3 or 4 Tillamook's in my freezer, and then if I go one container, I just stick to that one until it's gone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I like to mix my ice cream with a little milk and still eat it out of the bowl, and just makes it a little softer, like a soft serve.
It's called a milkshake.
Oh, it's still so good. But I still eat it with a spoon, so.
Marc McMain Show. Hey, so before we get to our guest, a couple fun stories, and I probably will get into something political. It's just the way the show goes. But the first one's not. This is absolutely the most intriguing thing that I have read in months, if not years. So if you missed this over the weekend, Caroline Leavitt, White House press secretary, came out and said that when they went and captured Maduro, the United States military had at their disposal a special weapon that completely disabled the enemy. And they have first accounts from one of the Venezuelan security guards. So it's a guy who was actually on the ground. He was loyal to Maduro, defending the compound, and was face-to-face with the United States military. And so I'm going to read some of the excerpts that this guy gave in defense and what he saw in real time. And I'm telling you, Chastity, this is mind-blowing, because we all are well aware that there was drones, helicopters, F-35s. We knocked out their air defense systems. We had all kinds of sophisticated attacks to be sure that our military, when the troops went in, that they were safe and that they're protected and they could execute their mission flawlessly. That was the result, flawlessly. But there's a tool that we used on the ground that's a stunner. So according to witnesses, troops, and this is talking about the Venezuelan troops of the Defense Force, were reportedly bleeding from the nose and vomiting blood after the use of an unidentified weapon. The guard described the device like an intense sound wave. So I guess he said that they came in and they launched this device into where the guards were set up to defend the compound, and a sound wave hits them, and all of a sudden these guys they're dizzy, they're passing out, they can't see, they can't stand, they're puking, they got blood coming out of their nose.
Jeez.
And he goes on to say that the witness described the U.S. firepower as extremely precise and rapid. Well, we know our special forces are the best of the best. These guys are accurate, they're deadly, likening each soldier firing 300 rounds per minute. The White House has not confirmed the accuracy or verification of the eyewitness account shared, but the guy went on to say, he goes, there's no way in a million years I'd ever want to face the United States military again. He says, anybody that's even remotely considering going up the United States military, beware.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty
I mean, that's
Imagine,
a stunner.
that's like a scene from a movie or something.
Well, I don't want to wear out Mitch and Colonel Sims, but I want to bring those guys back on to see if they know anything about this. I mean, again, this must be some top secret technology that we have that's at our disposal, and it sounds like a percussive sound wave that comes in, disorients you.
Wow.
They're puking up blood.
Oh, that would be so scary.
God
bless our military and everyone out just serving and protecting. So.
Well, and once again, if you are an entity that is at odds with the United States right now, like Cuba, like the cartel, like these other narco states that Trump has put into the crosshairs, and you just read this and you heard about that we went in,
right,
captured Maduro, left, and not one casualty.
I'd be bringing out the white flag.
You're shaking in your boots.
Surrender.
Yeah, no doubt. You're absolutely shaking in your boots. I found this little story here. This is really political. I found this little story here kind of interesting. It looks like Trump and Musk are playing nice again. They're buddies again.
Yeah.
So Trump is going to lean on Musk to perhaps reinitiate internet service in the country of Iran, because Iran, the regime has imposed a blackout so that their citizens cannot communicate and cannot get data, cannot get news. And so Trump has basically said, hey, I'm going to call Elon. I think he was on Air Force One. We said, I'm going to call him right now. So it sounds like they have a pretty good relationship again, which is good because that kind of got muddy.
I would imagine that, just listening to the news, I always believe kind of the opposite. So it says they're arguing, and then I don't think so.
Yeah, it got a little nasty about 9 months ago. But this is great, too, because I think if Elon Musk can use Starlink to go in and reconnect the internet for the Iranian citizens, because it is a mess over there. Yeah. They're protests in the streets. It is bananas what's taking place. They're sick of their government over there. They're sick of just the absolute.
People.
Oh yeah. So that'll be great if they can reinitiate that. And then one other little interesting story that I saw, Chastity, the Go Banking Rates website came up with the 20 best housing markets for retirees. And they base this upon affordability, and then they kind of gave a number of how much income you would have to make to live in these cities. And I thought when I read this list of 20 cities that most of these would be in the Southeast, thinking this is where the most affordable places to live are. And this is what's bizarre. I'm going to start reading. I'm not going to read all these. There's 20 of these. But let's give you the top 5. Saginaw, Michigan, freeze your butt off. Mansfield, Ohio, freeze your tail off. Kokomo, Indiana, freeze your fingertips. Bay City, Michigan, Midland, Michigan. Now, all these require anywhere between $35,000 and $65,000 of annual income to afford to live there. But every single one of these locations in the top 20 states that this place says is the best place for retirees or the most affordable place for retirees to own a home is up north. Utica, New York, Springfield, Ohio, Flint, Michigan, Rockford, Illinois. That's a hard no on every one of these spots.
I mean, Florida's not like top 5.
Well, and I guess it's affordability. I thought that the Southeast, I would figure there'd be places in Alabama, maybe South Carolina.
The Carolinas.
Even Florida. There's affordable place in Florida.
Yeah. Not right on the beach.
Yeah.
Inland.
You're not going to get...
I would be happy.
Yeah, you're not going to get down there in... what's that real schwanky part? Is it West Palm? Where's that reality show there?
Or Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, just north. That's north of Miami. That's expensive. That's high rent down there.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Is that your kind of place?
Yep, Miami. I love Miami.
Yeah, that's just nuts, though. Not one of these places. Even though I am originally from Michigan, I moved away when I was a kid. I'm no stranger to the cold. I can handle the cold, but
that's frigid.
I'm 55. My cold days are done.
No, it hurts me. But yeah, that's too cold for me. Just keep me more south.
Well, if they're saying this is where you got to live if you want it to be affordable, I'd rather just get an extra part-time job. If I'm retired, if I'm living on retired income, get a part-time job and live down in the South.
Yeah.
Live down in Georgia. We got it going on down here. Yep. It's a great place to live.
I love our greeters.
Marc McMain Show. When we come back, Mr. Mark Behrens of Behrens Frozen Custard. Stick around.
AI now touches nearly every part of life, from writing articles to even driving cars. But it raises a deeper question. If we created AI, where did our intelligence come from? The Bible says it's a gift from God. He gave us the ability to think, reason, and make sense of the world. Some assume Christianity is just blind faith, believing something is true because the Bible says so. But that's not the case. Genuine faith invites tough questions. It engages the mind. As one pastor said, you don't have to give up your intellect to trust the Bible. You have to give up your pride. Real intelligence isn't just logic or knowledge. It's knowing the God who made you and loving Him with every part of who you are, including your mind. This is Bryant Wright. Really, Bryant Wright, not AI, speaking right from my heart.
Seeking spiritual truth? Rightfromtheheart.org has resources just for you.
Hey, this is attorney Bart Bitton with Bitton & Bitton. I live and work right here in Monroe, Georgia, and I am proud to serve this area. If you've been hurt in a car accident, you don't need some out-of-town lawyer that treats you like a number. You deserve a local lawyer you can trust, someone who lives here, works here, and takes care of people. So remember this, if you're ever in a car accident, be smart, call Bart. Bitton & Bitton, local lawyers you can trust.
Hey folks, as we wrap up the year, there's no better time to take care of those everyday aches and pains. At the Joint Chiropractic in Covington and Monroe, we make feeling better simple with no appointments and no insurance hassles. And right now, it's our end of year promotion. Buy 10 months and get 2 months free on our annual wellness plan. That's 16% or more in savings to help you move better, feel better, and enjoy more of what you love. Stop by the Joint Chiropractic in Covington or Monroe today. Walk in, get adjusted, and feel the difference.
Big news, Georgia drivers. DJ's Collision is on the move and is proud to announce their brand new home in Madison. After many years of service in Social Circle, the same team you know and trust is back with a fresh new look and location to serve you best. From flawless paint jobs to complete bodywork, DJ's Collision is where your car gets a second chance to shine. Check out their brand new location in Madison at 1231 Woodcraft Road. That's DJ's Collision. Give them a call at 770-760-8214.
And welcome back, Marc McMain. So if you ever had dinner at Mom's house and she makes you wait until the end to get your dessert, today at the Marc McMain Show, we're going to give you dessert first. My first guest is my friend Marc Behrens. He's the owner of Behrens Frozen Custard. Marc, thanks for joining us, sir.
Well, thank you for having me, Mark. I appreciate it.
The only downside of not having you in studio, we thought we were going to get some samples here today.
Well, you'll have to make a trip out to the Grayson or Lawrenceville shop for that.
Well worth the trip. Marc, tell our listeners a little bit about you and the foundation. I know your father started this business, but tell our listeners about how Behrens Custard came about.
Sure. So my father came down to Atlanta back in the 50s to go to Georgia Tech and became an engineer, and he worked on several prominent projects. And the last thing he did was the Peachtree Plaza Hotel for John Portman. When he finished that up, Mr. Portman wanted him to go to New York City to do another project. My dad didn't want to leave Atlanta, so he decided to open a frozen custard shop.
Man, what a shift in careers.
Yes. Well, he grew up in Rochester, New York, which has a ton of frozen custard shops up there. So he wanted to bring that down here, and we became Atlanta's very first frozen custard shop.
What year was that he opened the first place?
1976. So this is our 50th year. So we're planning some big celebrations.
That is fantastic, and it's interesting because I moved to Georgia in 1980. So really,
yeah,
I didn't know that custard was a Northeast tradition. How long was that up in the Northeast for? I mean, was that something that the immigrants brought over, or what was the origins of frozen custard?
Well, frozen custard's been around a little over 100 years now. So started, I believe, rumor has it anyway, that it started on Coney Island back in the early 1900s and spread through the Northeast. And now the state of Wisconsin is pretty much considered the custard capital of the world. They're just everywhere up there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And we're hoping to maybe make Atlanta be the custard capital of the South. How's that?
Yeah. No, that's well. You guys are doing it. It's and I'll tell you this. My first introduction to frozen custard was your restaurant or your place there in Grayson.
Yeah.
And since then, I've become somewhat of a connoisseur, and I've yet to have frozen custard as good as Behrens. It is just, in my opinion, it is the pinnacle. Something special about it. I know you guys typically do. Maybe you always have a chocolate, you always have a vanilla, and then you do a flavor of the day at your place, right?
Correct. Yeah. So what we do is we have a 3-barrel machine. And frozen custard really needs to be served fresh. I don't like to have anything more than a couple of hours old. So for that reason, we do chocolate and we do vanilla, and then that flavor of the day rotates. So it may be butter pecan one day, pistachio pineapple, any number. We have about 30 flavors that we rotate through.
Yeah, and they're all incredible,
Sounds
really
so
good.
good.
Have you had it before,
Well, thank
Chastity?
you.
Yes.
Yeah, it is good
Yep,
stuff, isn't
I've been
it?
there.
Mark, let me ask you this. So growing up around this, seeing your dad make that leap, if you will, from leaving corporate America and then going off and venturing to his own business, was that something then as you were growing up that you were thinking, man, I want to do this at some point? So what was the spot for you that made you want to follow in your dad's footsteps?
Well, it's funny. As a teenager, I really was not fond of the shop.
Because you had to go to work.
Right, I had to go to work while my friends are out playing. They're catching the school bus to go home. I'm literally getting on a MARTA bus and going to work every day after school, and not getting compensated for it. We'll just put it that way.
Child labor. The child labor laws don't apply when you're working for mom and dad.
This is true. So, once I became an adult and realized what we had and how special it was, and by that time my father had closed down his shops but was still doing special events.
Okay.
We were a mainstay down at the Scott Antique Market for 40 years. Golf tournaments around Atlanta, things like the light ups, the 4th of July thing in Lawrenceville. So he had kept his foot in it and doing it in order to make enough money to golf with, which was his second love. So, and so I kind of started getting involved in it a little bit more. And then when he passed away in 2005, I realized that's what I always really wanted to do. So, waited for my wife. Now, I took over the special events part and waited for my wife to finish up her work on her PhD, and then we decided to open up a brick and mortar. So we did that in 2010.
And I remember when you guys opened, because 2010 was not an easy time for anybody, much less somebody just coming out of the ground, right? So you guys
Correct.
opened up off 78 over there in Grayson in the Cooper Village. Isn't it, that's the name of the community, right? The Cooper Village Shopping Center?
Yep. Where the old Main Street restaurant used to be in Ione's Country Kitchen, yeah.
Yep. And I remember this vividly, Mark, when you guys opened up, because Lillian and I are in the advertising world, and I remember thinking, man, he's in that's not the high traffic area where you guys open. I'm thinking, boy, are people going to travel to come and buy custard? And we went in and we tried your product, and I was like, wow, people will make the drive for this. It's worth going off the beaten path because it's that good. And without you guys sharing your secret recipe, so I'm not asking you to reveal, the KFC magic spices, but what makes you guys different?
A couple things. We really make sure that the product is always fresh. A lot of frozen custard shops, they'll make stuff in the morning, they'll be done with it, and so by the time 8, 9 o'clock comes around at night, it's still good. It's just not the same. So we make sure we're making it fresh, and we use a special frozen custard machine. Puts a lot less air in the product, so it comes out tasting very decadent. It's thick, it's creamy and rich. It's actually 90% fat-free. Most people would never, ever guess that.
See, this almost falls into the category of diet food, Chastity.
And
right?
good for you.
That's right.
Okay.
That's how I justify it.
It's almost as good as eating broccoli.
See, I told you this is good for you. You're listening to the Marc McMain Show. Our guest is Marc Behrens of Behrens Frozen Custard. Mark, you talked about the community events. Are you guys still doing those, like where you go to festivals or fairs or events where you have a stand set up where people can buy the product as well?
Oh, absolutely. We do a lot of that. A lot of things in Snellville, Grayson as well. Now that we've got the shop in Lawrenceville, we've started doing things there on the Lawrenceville lawn. We were involved in the Chris Kendall market that they had there for the holidays. So yeah, that's a mainstay, and we're looking to branch out and try to do even more of that. Maybe some catering special events. We did a few weddings last year, which was great, including my son's. So
congratulations! All right.
Those are always fun.
Yeah, that's excellent. When you guys are coming up, because your flavor menu is pretty vast. I think my favorite is the orange creamsicle. That's just top notch, kind of my go-to. But when you guys are coming up with flavors, what is your ideas for that? Because it seems like every month there's something new that I haven't seen before.
Well, that's my favorite part of the job is the research. So you get to try things out like that. I know one of the things we have that's new is called ube. And for those of you who aren't familiar, ube is a Filipino sweet potato that seems to be kind of taking over. It's very popular in a lot of things now. And I got that idea from a friend of mine who was one of our very first employees in 1976 back on Beaver Highway. He was in town from California and came in to see me and brought me a little bottle of ube flavoring.
Huh.
And it is phenomenal.
Really? It's good?
Yeah, it is very, very good. Has kind of a, as my wife describes it, a nutty vanilla taste to it.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Look, I'm willing to try anything.
I'll try it. Absolutely.
You know, I typically, when I go, I get the concrete. I get the mixed berry concrete where they put all kinds of raspberries and blueberries and blackberries and all that mixed in there.
Yum.
That's kind of my go-to. And the concrete, when you get the large one, Chastity, that thing is pretty much lunch, dinner, and breakfast combined. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
you know, and then I can never share with Liliana because she always wants her own chocolate.
Yes.
You know, with stuff
I like
mixed
my
in.
own too.
Yeah, so I end up eating that whole concrete by myself.
Well, does the sweet potatoes make it a little even more healthiather?
That
There
probably
you go.
goes into the new food pyramid.
It's a flavoring. Doesn't actually have sweet potatoes in it, but it's also beautiful. It's a deep, dark purple color to it. You just have to taste it to understand it. And telling people in fact, we didn't even, when we first came out with it, we started calling it, I think, Purple Passion, because I thought no one's going to know what ube is, and no one's going to want a sweet potato frozen custard, but it is phenomenal.
No, that's excellent. Mark, what's next for you guys? What's on the horizon for Barron's Frozen Custard?
Let's see. Like I said, we're going to try to expand our catering and stuff this year, and we are hoping within about 6 months or so to be branching out into franchising.
Wow.
So that's going to be the next step. I've got the 2 stores myself, and then we're going to take off and go into franchising from there.
So if somebody has the interest, if they have the entrepreneurial spirit, but they don't want to have to try to, figure out the game plan, franchising's the way to go.
Awesome.
Exactly.
You guys have the proof of concept. You've been successful. And look, folks, I'm telling you, they started this in 2010. For anyone who remembers, that was the most difficult time to own a business in recent history, at least in the state of Georgia. And then they didn't just succeed, they flourished in that time. And and this was not where he opened his first location, Chastity, wasn't necessarily sitting next to a Kroger or a Publix. This was a strip mall that was off the beaten path.
Right.
And so when you can then demonstrate that our product is good enough that people are going to come to us.
Sure.
And Mark, you guys, you don't sell cheeseburgers, you don't sell hot dogs, you don't sell other stuff. You are a frozen custard shop.
Sure. 50
That's it.
years
Yeah,
says
frozen
a lot.
custard.
50 years in business, that sells me instantly.
That's right. Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, Mark, that's fantastic. Once again, tell us about the locations. Where you got one in Grayson, and give us the address of that one.
The one in Grayson is in the little downtown area called the Rail Yard, and it's 420 Grayson Parkway. And then we just opened up about 4 or 5 months ago on the square in Lawrenceville, and the address there is 156 East Croghan Street. So both of them are just fantastic locations. We love them.
I think we need to find somebody in Athens, plop one over there.
Absolutely.
We got to get one in Monroe.
Right here next door.
Get one down in Madison. We got to get all our listener area covered with some Barron's
there you
Frozen
go.
Custard. Mark, that's
Sounds
fantastic.
good.
We wish you the best in the future. Please give hugs to the family for us, and I'll be seeing you soon for my mixed berry concrete.
Me too.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, guys.
Absolutely. It's Mark Barron's Frozen Custard. Go check them out if you've never been there before. It is really tasty.
Sounds so good.
For our listeners, Grayson's probably the closest, but I'm excited about him expanding.
I want to try the ube.
Oh, you're going to do that?
I am. I'm going to try it.
Yeah, you can go in. They give you the little mini spoon and try it.
Yum. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. Sweet potato. I do like sweet
It's worth
potatoes.
trying.
Yeah, maybe it's good.
Absolutely.
Folks, you listen to the Marc McMain Show. When we come back, local musician Kevin Moon. Hold tight.
Hey y'all, it's Bethany at Willfully Guided Co. Boots and Western Apparel. Whether you're on the job site, in the barn, or out on the town, we've got the perfect boots for every occasion. From rugged work boots to stylish fashion picks, let us outfit the entire family from head to toe. Come see us at 116 South Broad Street, right in the heart of beautiful downtown Monroe. Willfully Guided Co. Boots and Western Apparel, your local, family-owned destination for the finest boots and apparel around.
Have you been putting off auto repairs? Do you want a body shop you know and trust? Go see Auto Correct Collision. Auto Correct is a family-owned and operated collision center with over 45 years of experience. Their equipment and training exceed industry standards. No repair is too big or small. Ask about the special drawing joins and mention this ad for a discount. Visit AutoCorrect Collision at 409 Mayfield Drive or call them at 770-207-1241.
Lake Life is the Lake Area's largest award-winning magazine, reaching over 25,000 readers. Pick up your copy of Lake Life magazine today. Get Lake Life free at over 100 convenient locations in Georgia's Lake Country. And keep in mind, you'll receive your free copy with a subscription to the Lake Oconee News or the Eatonton Messenger. Lake Life. It's all about the lives and events in Georgia's Lake Country. Call 706-485-3501 to subscribe. Lake Life, the biggest, the best, and it's free.
Double D Plumbing is a local, owned, licensed, and insured plumbing company in Loganville. You can reach Double D Plumbing at 770-466-8370. They have the ability to take on any plumbing job regardless of size or difficulty, with experience in all phases of plumbing, including commercial and residential, tankless heaters, sewer cameras, and drain cleaning. Call Craig Shepard at 770-466-8370 or visit them on the web at ddplumbinggeorgia.com. You're going to like the way they flow.
And welcome back, Marc McMain. The second best part of our show, number one, the best part of our show is when we get to talk about food, right, Chastity? Because we're always wanting to eat food.
We like to eat.
But the second best part is when we get to interview the local musicians,
yes.
which is really taking off. Perfect. We're having fun. It is.
So
it's a lot of fun
excited.
for us. And today's guest is no different. Is Kevin Moon, local musician out of Loganville. Kevin, thanks for joining us, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So you and I were talking in the break. You are a Loganville boy. Guess where you grew up?
Yeah, grew up in Loganville.
Big family?
Yeah. I got an older sister, and then I got 3 step siblings.
Okay, yeah. Did you go to Loganville High School? Is that where you graduated?
I did. I graduated from Loganville High School, yeah.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
How did you get into music?
Actually, church. I went to the First Baptist Church of Youth off Broadnax Mill, and learned how to play guitar. A guy taught me how to play guitar there, and from there I started singing. I did some singing in church a little bit, and then one day my buddy was like, hey, you can actually sing pretty good, and then kind of just started doing it a little bit, and then about 5 years ago I kind of put it in full swing and started writing my own music and putting music out and stuff like that. So.
At what point, so when you're playing guitar, and this comes from a person that is I just don't have that musical talent, and I've tried, right? I have a guitar, tried to play it, and it just wasn't coming. Nobody wants to hear me sing. That would be the end of WMOQ overnight.
Me too.
They'd pull the plug, and lights come up. But at what point when you are practicing the guitar that you're thinking, man, I think I've got this?
I still think I don't have it. You know what I mean?
It's work, isn't it?
It is. It's you learn something new every day. You never quit learning on a guitar, and I picked up a piano now, so now I'm learning how to play piano. My wife got me one for Christmas.
Is that coming naturally at all?
I've written 3 songs on a piano, and I did the first 2 last year. I wrote them in Louisiana. I never played piano before. I just kind of sat down and started messing with the keys. I found a melody that I liked.
Really?
Yeah, I wrote 2 songs that week, and then I wrote another one. I got back to Nashville on the piano, and I was like, maybe I need to get one. So
that is cool. One. And Chassie, that's my proof. I think you've got something in you, right? That kind of flows. Yep. And it's just
meant to be.
Yeah, it's meant to be. It works out. Tell about this. Was there any defining moment as you're growing up that whether it was you being introduced to the guitar, but there was something else that said, man, I think this may be something I want to pursue as a career?
That didn't really hit me until in my 20s. I kind of doubted myself. Actually, my sister's a singer, so she sang all through, growing up and stuff like that. She went out for American Idol and The Voice.
Really? Okay.
Sang in church and all that stuff. And then I just kind of started singing and when around 16, and I really didn't push it until I was about 22, 23, and started playing in local bars and stuff.
Yeah.
And I never really thought I could until I started doing it, and writing music is what I love. That's my passion.
Where do you get your inspiration when you're writing?
It's day-to-day things. Sometimes, you have an idea when you're driving down the road and you kind of freestyle it. And usually, I'm not good at writing songs all by myself. Usually I write with a group of guys or one other person or something.
Okay.
I've written a lot of songs before I moved to Nashville with my buddy Chris Chapman, and he kind of helped me kind of get into the Nashville scene, kind of introduced me to everybody, and he was a big help. But yeah, I mean, I'm a freestyle, so I write off of melodies, so it's kind of odd. Stuff I just say stuff. I don't know, and people like it.
It just happens. Yeah, it just comes
weird.
out. Well, like I said, I think it's in the DNA. You're listening to the Marc McMain Show. Our guest is Kevin Moon, local musician. I say local. You moved to Nashville. Tell us about that. How's that working out?
Yeah, I moved to Nashville about a year and a half ago, and it's going really good. I've met a lot of people since I've been there, and you don't really know how to write a song until you're around a lot of people that do it a lot. And, and then you learn a lot more. So, I mean, it's awesome.
And I guess there is an art to writing a song, right?
There is. There's a way to write a song, and you don't always stick to the right way. Sometimes you got to make everything a little different. And but yeah, there's an art to it. A lot of guys amaze me when I go sit down and write with them. So it's just cool writing with other people from different parts of the world and stuff like that. You just all come together in one town and start hanging out and writing music.
Well, and is this your main job now, or do you actually have something else you do in Nashville to make ends meet?
So I actually am a project manager remotely for a low voltage company, and that's how I make ends meet.
Yeah, you got to pay the bills still.
Yeah, you got to pay the bills. Music doesn't. If you want to do music, don't think you're going to make a lot of money.
Don't quit your day job until you've got it going.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, and I guess my question now is how do you stay motivated? Because I think when you have a regular job that you have to show up 8 to 5 for days, some days you wake up, you don't feel like going to work, but if you don't show up, you're going to get fired. In your situation, when you have a day where I don't feel like writing, I don't feel like practicing, I don't feel like putting in the reps, if you don't, you're going to lose your skill. How do you stay motivated on the days that you don't want to do it?
So we call that writer's block. It's where you've written a bunch of songs, and then you get to a point where you're like, man, I just don't feel like I can write a song right now. A lot of people take breaks.
Okay.
I like to listen to different music. So, like, I might go from country to rock to hip-hop or something and just see what everybody else is doing. And then, you kind of try to write other things, too. And I think that kind of keeps me motivated and not writing the same thing every day.
Yeah, I would imagine a little bit of separation from time to time helps you clear the thoughts a little bit and maybe get some new perspective on something that's important to you. So we've got a couple songs that we're going to queue up. And what we're going to do is we're going to play these songs, and then we'll go to a break. But let's talk about them first before we play them. The first one is Goes Without Saying. Tell us about the origin of this and what it's about.
Yeah, so I wrote this song in regards to my wife, and this is the first song I put out by myself, and it's just a love song about, they say I love you without saying I love you.
Yeah, okay.
And I wrote it with my buddies Alex Pennington and Josh Bricker. Josh Bricker's out of Athens. Alex Pennington's out of Alpharetta area, and both Georgia boys. We met up on FaceTime one day and wrote a song. And
we heard his name mentioned when Sam Kuhn was in. I guess.
Yes.
So I'm assuming you know Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Sam.
He was in last week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And what about the next one? Because we're playing two, right? Chessie, Chickens comes after that.
Yes.
I got to know about Chickens. What's up with that?
So Chickens was actually funny. We were out in Nashville. My buddy lives out in the Ashland City area on this mountaintop, and he's got a bunch of chickens in his yard. And there was a group of us out there. And we were trying to write a breakup song, and I just kind of looked over and I was like, man, what if she took your chickens? And they were like, I kind of did it as a joke, but then they were like, that's actually not bad. So we wrote the song Chickens, and I put it out. So
it's bad when you lost your chickens in the divorce. That's cruel. Take a man's chickens.
What a cool way to overcome the writer's block, huh?
Yeah. Oh, that is too much fun. Too much fun. All right. Well, we're visiting with Kevin Moon, local musician. We got two songs queued up. Goes Without Saying, then you're going to hear Chickens. We'll take a break after that and come back.
I know when she's lonely, the way she grabs my hand and won't let it go. Never quite put a finger on it, but I say something I might need to know. Am I coming on too strong, or am I just stuck in my thoughts? She's saying nothing at all, but ain't one thing wrong. She's a demonstration of the kind of patience I could never have, 'cause she pulls me in and holds me that much closer when she's mad. Damn if she don't set the bar too high. Cause me, I'm a damn sure speak my mind. She's 100 proof, double shot of truth, but don't be mistaken, she loves me. And that goes without saying. Yeah, I love how she hates it when I tell her she's acting like her mama. Smiles when she's aggravated, then gets to loving me that much harder. So we take a little farther. She's a demonstration of a kind of patience I could never have. Cause she pulls me in and holds me that much closer when she's mad. Damn if she don't set the bar too high. Cause me, I'm a damn sure speak my mind. She's 100 proof, double shot of truth, but don't be mistaken, she loves me. And that goes without saying. Yeah, she loves me. And that goes without saying. Of a kind of patience I could never have. When she pulls me in and holds me that much closer when she's mad. Damn if she don't set the bar too high. Cause me, I'm a damn sure speak my mind. She's 100 proof, double shot of truth, but don't be mistaken, she loves me. And that goes without saying. Yeah, she loves me. And that goes without saying. Demonstration of a kind of patience I could never have.
Standing on the promises of Christ my King.
Born in the north, left when I was
19. The way I know when she's lonely.
Are you looking for custom t-shirts, golf shirts, or uniforms for yourself or work? What about a family reunion, a fundraiser, or sports team? Whatever you're looking for, Chris and Debbie at Blue Hound in Monroe can help you. Real Country uses Blue Hound for our golf shirts and t-shirts. They do quality work and they're great folks. Blue Hound is located at 111 East Washington Street in Monroe. Go by and see what they can do for you or call 404-307-3664. That's 404-307-3664. Tell them April sent you.
Youngblood Tractor in Madison is proud to be your local Massey Ferguson dealer. Massey Ferguson has been building straightforward, dependable, and affordable tractors and farm equipment for 175 years. Massey Ferguson right now has the best lineup in their 175-year history, and there has never been a better time to upgrade to a Massey Ferguson tractor. Youngblood Tractor carries the complete lineup of Massey Ferguson tractors ranging from the 22.5 horsepower subcompact all the way up to the 130 horsepower mid-range utility tractor. And with one of the largest trailer inventories in the state, you'll always have a way to get it home. Youngblood Tractor also carries the complete lineup of hay equipment, including the legendary Massey Ferguson 1840 square baler, as well as implements like rotary cutters, batwing cutters, box blades, grapples, pallet forks, and more. There are great financing promotions to take advantage of, so give us a call today at 706-342-2242. Youngblood Tractor also has experienced parts and service departments to take care of you after the sale. Visit us online at www.youngbloodtractor.com or stop by and see us at 1600 Athens Highway in Madison.
If you're looking for a caring dental office that can handle all of your dental needs, look no further. Georgia Dental Studio provides routine and emergency exams. Whether your smile needs a gentle exam, a full mouth restoration, or anything in between, they promise to provide you with exceptional care. They do extractions, root canals, crowns, implants, IV sedation, veneers, and much more. Call 770-464-3626. Georgia Dental Studio, 150 Main Street in Jersey, just a short drive from Monroe, Social Circle, Covington, Bogart, and Oxford.
Leadfoot Mulching and Grading offers land clearing, hauling of gravel and sand, and more. And now offering screen topsoil for the farmer or homeowner. Asphalt paving and more. No job is too big or small. Locally owned and operated, it's Leadfoot Mulching and Grading. Serving all of North Georgia. Fair prices and great customer service. Phone 404-909-5227 or go to leadfootmulching.com.
Make sure your diesel is ready for every season by stopping in at Leadfoot Diesel. Their technicians have many years of combined experience to keep your Cummins, Power Stroke, and Duramax running the way it should. Plus, they can improve fuel mileage, perform upgrades, AC repair, and they offer tires, wheels, lift kits, and more. Diesel owners from all over the country trust Leadfoot Diesel, 320 Mayfield Drive in Monroe. Stop in or go to leadfootdiesel.com.
And welcome back to the Marc McMain Show. We're visiting with Kevin Moon, local musician. Kevin, when I heard, we had a technical difficulty because when I heard that one song come up, I right away, even though I haven't heard Chicken yet, I was like, that's not chickens.
Yeah. We had Southern Gospel on.
That was a little Southern. That was some leftover stuff from Sunday.
Yes, it was.
Nothing wrong with Southern Gospel, but it wasn't chickens. So Chastity is going to work on that as we continue our conversation. So you moved to Nashville. You recently married. We were talking about this in the break, the challenges that you might face as a young couple, because you still got to make ends meet, right? You're having to work that job, but you say your wife is very supportive of what you're doing.
Yeah. She. One day I was like, "Hey, you want to move to Nashville?" And she was like, "Yeah," and she's just there all the time. If I need something, she's there.
That's awesome.
We both work. We both, pay the bills, and she's just very supportive. Goes to all my shows and stuff.
She's your biggest fan.
Yeah, she would have been here today, but she's doing some work.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. So tell us about the experience of performing live. I know sometimes you may do a gig and there's 25 people there. What's the biggest one that you have? What's the biggest live audience you perform in front of?
I would say, I think it was about 115 people, and It was Eddie's Attic. That was fun. Eddie's Attic was, it was a dark room, no lights, no phones. Everybody was just listening to you, and it something different there when you play there.
Really?
Yeah.
And were they feeling it? Were they getting into the music?
Oh, yeah, always.
Because I guess it's probably the same thing for a stand-up comedian. You can feel the feedback if it's happening or not.
Definitely. I've played bar gigs to 5 people that interacted more than a bar gig with 50 people.
Yeah.
So
that's something.
Yeah.
Advice that you'd have for anyone else starting out. Again, we're talking the break, the distractions that can come about, especially as you start to gain some traction. If your trajectory is high, you're going to have some people coming to you for the wrong reasons. What advice would you give to a young, aspiring musician that is maybe considering making that jump to go to Nashville and try to make it to the next level?
Yeah. Don't get caught up in the nightlife. You ain't got to go out every night, but you do have to kind of go out and meet people and make connections. But you kind of know your line and where you don't need to cross and stuff like that, and just kind of limit yourself to that. But don't be afraid to take the leap and move to Nashville and explore other options and meeting new people and stuff coming out of different states and stuff.
Are there other places geographically, if you're trying to make it into the country music scene, other than Nashville, or is that the Hollywood, if you will? Because like we referenced, Georgia now is the next Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
People come here to shoot movies. Are there other places besides Nashville?
Texas is a big scene for sure. Yeah, my buddy Matt Hankins lives out in Texas, and he's doing a lot of stuff right now. But Texas is a huge scene for country rock, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think about Texas.
And the Outlaws.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is that your band?
Well, Willie Nelson, the Outlaws, the true Outlaws.
We play old school stuff here.
Waylon,
yeah.
What about collaboration? You mentioned earlier that you sometimes get with other people for writing, but have you ever done something that's with another group, whether you're opening for a band, anything like that?
Really, me and Chris Chapman did a lot of stuff together. I did a lot of opening slots for him. And I'm hoping this year, we'll get some more opening gigs, and they'll grow as we grow, But I do a lot of independent band stuff and acoustic gigs, and I travel over Georgia, Florida, and Alabama, and just play acoustic gigs a lot, and working on kind of building that up. Yeah.
What's the big bar down near Pensacola? The Floribama bar, yeah. Have you been there yet?
I haven't been there yet, but I would love to go down.
I've heard it's a cool place. My son is in the military down there, and he loves going visiting here, so it's a great place. Great, real good energy there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I've never been. I don't go to bars.
Yeah.
Liliana doesn't.
I can't handle that.
She keeps me on a short leash. I don't get to go too far. That's about it. I get to come here to work, and I go to McDonald's, a couple places like that, and that's about it.
There you go.
What's next? What's on the horizon for you?
Really writing a lot this year. I play a lot of writers' rounds in Nashville and stuff, so I'll be playing tomorrow night. I'll be playing at Jelly Rolls and stuff. But really just writing a lot this year. I got 2 songs coming out, one on Valentine's Day, and then I'm going to do another one probably mid-March. But you'll be able to see all those on my social media.
That's funny. And how do people find out you? Where do they go to find you on social media?
Yeah, my Instagram is Kevin Moon Music, and my Facebook's just Kevin Moon Music as well. You'll usually see me in a camo shirt or something camouflage. I don't.
Casual.
Got his camo Atlanta Braves hat on.
That's right. Yeah, I like that. It's a good hat.
Yeah, this hat sat on the side of the road this weekend for 24 hours.
It fell off your truck?
It flew off my head at nighttime. We found it the next day.
Hey, that's luck.
So,
that's
good.
Yeah,
I got
to
lucky.
be again.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's a good hat. Chastity, any luck? Are we queued up now?
We are all queued up.
Oh, we got both songs.
We're good. We're good.
All right, so we're gonna open with Chickens, and then we're gonna go to Take It to the House. Tell us about Take It to the House. What's the story on this?
So Take It to the House, me and Chris Chapman, I mentioned him a lot here. Me and him wrote this song in about 15 minutes one day on the couch, and we were actually on FaceTime. And the next week we played a show at Moonshiners in Brazelton, and we were like, well, let's go to Waffle House after. So we went to Waffle House, and we played Take It to the House because it's a Waffle House song.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we went.
It's a Waffle House song. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
So Take It to the Waffle House. So we were outside playing it, and we posted it on TikTok, and it blew up. So it got 300,000 views on TikTok.
Wow.
So we ended up releasing it, and Waffle House put it on the jukebox. So you can
no way.
At Waffle House under Waffle Records.
Yep.
It says Take It to the House.
I've actually played it.
Let's
at
go.
the Waffle House. I'm not lying.
Let's go.
I promise.
That is great.
I love
the Waffle House.
Well,
the one in Monroe. Those are my people.
That you go to?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this one more question before we listen to the music and turn you loose, because I know you're a busy man. You got to get back to work. Is there any place locally in the near future that you'll be performing that people can come see you, or is everything pretty much in Nashville at this point?
It's pretty much in Nashville. I am playing in March, and it's Southern Heart Brewing in Hartwell, Georgia.
Okay.
It's right outside of Athens.
Yeah.
I play up there a lot. I love Hartwell, so
yeah.
Whenever I move out of Nashville, I'm probably going to move out there or something. It's close to the lake. It's pretty laid
Good
back.
place, yep. So Southern Heart Brewery, that's coming up in March. Go to his social media page. You can learn about that if you want to see him in person, see him perform. Man, Kevin, I appreciate you taking the time to visit with us. It's a lot of fun.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to hear these songs, too. So we're going to play Chickens first, Take It to the House, and then we'll be back with Mr. Bill Dopp. Don't go anywhere.
I was barely buzzed and she was counting sheep. But this morning I woke up to the sound of the door shut and a note on the counter. Ain't believing what I'm reading, she's gone. In the Ford Explorer and the dogs. Ain't got a dime for a lawyer at all. Ain't gonna eat for weeks, let me tell you what she did to me. She took my chickens at the yard, fish out the pot. Left me laying here lonely with a broken heart. Took the boat and left the trailer, left the hay but took the trailer. But the one thing that took it too far, she took my chickens at the yard. Wish she would just left that diamond ring. What the hell am I doing with her sewing machine? She could have took her mama's China back to Carolina, but she left me down here on the farm. No chickens in the yard, fish out the pot. Left me laying here lonely with a broken heart. Took the boat but left the trailer, left the hay but took the baler. The one thing that took it too far, she took my my friends. Yeah, we all got drunk again. Haven't ate since 6 p.m. And we just got whiskey thin. Don't want no burgers and fries. Drive-thrus just ain't our style. Need a little more sunny side to wrap up one hell of a night. Gonna take it to the house. It's my kind of spot. Catch me in here after 2 o'clock. Bumping Conway on the jukebox. Hash brown smother covered top. That waitress just called me, baby. I think I love this lady. Got my waffle all buttered up. Hell, they let me bring my own cup. And you know just where I'm talking about. We're gonna take it to the house. Miss Susan, yeah, she knows what she's doing. Coffee ain't the only thing brewing. She walks around here well equipped. Says she's in it just for the tip. Yeah, but I ain't buying it. Yeah, not one bit. I ain't buying it. We're gonna take it to the house. It's my kind of spot. Catch me in here after 2 o'clock. Bumping Conway on the jukebox. Hash brown smother covered top. That waitress just called me, baby. I think I love this lady. Got my waffle all buttered up. Yeah, they let me bring my own cup. And you know just where I'm talking about. We're gonna take it to the house. No service don't apply around here. This is redneck hibachi, buddy. Bring your own beer. Gonna take it to the house. It's my kind of spot. Catch me in here after 2 o'clock. Bumping Conway on the jukebox. Hash brown smother covered top. That waitress just called me, baby. I think I love this lady. Got my waffle all buttered up. Yeah, they let me bring my own cup. And you know just where I'm talking about. Yeah, if you're really from the South, we're gonna take it to the house. We're gonna take it to the house. Yeah, Susan got that all-star special going on. Let me get some of that special sauce.
Whether you're mowing, grading, or just taking care of your property, you need the proven reliability of #1 selling Kubota compact tractors to help you get it all done right. Stop by today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $3,250. Now through February 28th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Hayes Tractor, located at 545 Highway 11 in Social Circle. Online at HayesTractor.com. It's a brand new year, and Boss Brothers is here to help you start it off right. Whether you're refreshing the farm, stocking up for the season, or treating your pets like family, we've got everything you need. From pet food and livestock feed to country decor, birdseed, boots, and all the little things that make life around the home and farm easier, you'll find it all at Boss Brothers Country Store. That's Boss Brothers, your locally owned country store at 3084 Highway 78 in Loganville.
Affordable housing is just around the corner at Cimarron Park. Cimarron Park is a mobile community located on Harry Arnold Road, just off of Highway 78 in Monroe, that offers 2 and 3 bedroom homes with spacious wooded lots, lit streets, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Some homes are for sale with available financing. Call James for all the details. 404-401-1068. That's 404-401-1068. Or go to CimarronPark.com.
Are you looking for for new tires? Well, look no further than Madison Car Care. They have the largest selection and you'll always get the best price. They also handle a wide range of auto repairs, from the small things like oil changes and wiper blades to the big things like suspension, parts, and radiators. They offer all kinds of accessories, from toolboxes to bed covers, side steps, and they even install those awesome ranch hand bush guards. Give them a call at 706-342-4774 or stop by at 1040 Confederate Road in Madison.
If you're selling or buying a home, you should call AMPM Septic to inspect your septic tank. This could save you on costly repairs. AMPM pumps your tank, fixes septic alarms, drain lines. They can fix any problem you're having with your septic tank. Call 770-231-7979. They do inspection letters. AMPM is family owned and operated, licensed and insured company. Call David for all your septic needs. 770-231-7979.
Real country.
This is Q92.3 WMOQ FM, Bostwick, Monroe, Madison. Your home for real country.
And welcome back, Marc McMain. That was a lot of fun, Chastity. What a talented young man.
Oh, it was so awesome having him in. I can't wait. He's definitely going places. A wonderful voice.
Yeah, really does.
Yes.
Great songs, too.
And talented.
So you're saying when you go to the Monroe Waffle House, that song, Take It to the House, is
it's
on
in
the jukebox.
Yep.
Isn't that something?
And I've actually played it.
Have you really?
I
And is
really
it,
have.
And so is it all the Waffle House? Is that, or
Well,
is it just
probably, because,
impressive?
it's got the little jukebox and then all the music.
Too
and
much fun.
It's got like a little Waffle House, and you're like, wait, Waffle House has got a
Yeah.
whole little album, and sure enough, it's like one or two songs.
Well, it's going to be fun to watch the
I love
trajectory
it.
of these young musicians that
I
are coming
know.
in and playing for us.
Incredible.
Yeah, a lot
Incredible.
of fun. All right, folks. So my next guest is a good buddy of mine. He is the ambassador for tennis to the state of Georgia. Bill Dopp. He's with USTA Southern. Bill, thanks for joining us today, sir.
Thank you, Mark. Good to be in.
What is your exact title? Are you still the Southern Service Rep? Is that what it's called, or you got a new position now?
Yeah, new position, Director of Industry Relations
that's
and
fancy.
Engagement.
Yeah.
So we do a lot with coaching, do a lot with the tennis professionals in the United States, and so on.
And your whole mission with the USTA is to get more people playing tennis. I mean, that is the ultimate goal, is to get more people involved in this fantastic sport. That's it. You got some headwinds now with pickleball. Pickleball, people are liking the pickleball, but I'm still a tennis guy, Dopper. So how do we get more people playing tennis?
I've never heard of this pickleball thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, no.
You can smell it a mile away. You can hear it a mile away with the
Oh,
yeah. No, one of the strategic goals that we've got is a goal called 35 by 35, which is 2035. We will have 35 million players of tennis.
Wow.
And
that's United States only.
That's United States only. And if you look at worldwide, there's no other country that has 10% of their population playing tennis or playing any of the other sports. So if we hit that goal, it will be the first sport to be able to say that.
That is amazing, and that is impressive. I love tennis. It is such a fantastic sport that, and I like to joke about pickleball. Pickleball obviously has its place as well, but tennis is so multidimensional when you look at the different ways that it's played, the strategies involved, and we're going to dig into that. We've got plenty of time to visit a little bit and dig into this, but I want to start off, tell the listeners a little bit about you, Bill. Where did you grow up, and tell us about how you got into tennis? What was your interest in that?
So I grew up in the mecca of the tennis world, which is Beloit, Wisconsin.
Where it's so cold you can only play like 1 month out of the year.
I say that jokingly, of course. Beloit, we were able to play about 3 months out of the year, and maybe 4. And quite honestly, I was a late bloomer because I played every other sport under the sun before I found tennis.
Interesting. Okay.
And when I got to about 12 or 13 years old, I found tennis. My older brother played on the high school team and never played with me. He refused to play with me. And so I had to find my own friends, and we got out there and hit every day. And
did Mom and Dad play? I mean,
nope, they never played.
Okay.
My dad was a football player.
Yeah.
He was a lineman. and Mom never played. So
when you came home with the tennis racket, was Dad disappointed? I mean, was he like, "Son, what are you doing?"
Yeah, maybe, because I played football too, and I played baseball, and but tennis, just for me, it was such an individual sport, and every other shot I got to be involved.
Yeah, right.
And that for me was the kind of the draw or the attraction, is that I was involved every point.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to rely on teammates, even though then all of a sudden doubles became a thing for me.
Back into a team
where that
sport.
became my specialty, was playing doubles. Yeah.
And people that have never traveled to Wisconsin, just like the state of Michigan, is a fantastic state for outdoorsmen, barring the cold, right? The cold is rough, but you're surrounded by lakes. You've got a lot of other things that you can do. So in addition to the sports, you've got all these other things that Wisconsin offers. But like you said, you can only really play tennis 3 or 4 months out of the year up there because it gets so cold in the winter unless you find an indoor court.
Yeah, and our tennis team, we played in the spring season, which would start roughly in March.
This was high school?
In high school.
Yep.
And so we literally would have to get the snow shovels, and we would go out and snow shovel the courts, get the snow off of the courts to get ready for high school tennis practice.
I tell people, that's bizarre to even think about. We don't have to deal with that down here in Georgia.
Yep.
So, cold for us is when it's in the 40s, right? So we're very fortunate. When you look at young people that are playing other sports, so you played a bunch of different sports when you were a kid. I've always said, hey, the more sports, especially if you have a child who is aspiring to play at the next level, whatever the next level may be. Maybe the next level is to play at high school, or maybe the next level is to play D3 sports. Tennis, in my opinion, is a great sport, even if that is not your focus, even if that is not your discipline. If you want to be a good running back, pitcher, whatever it may be, tennis complements just about everything.
And if you look at all of the great tennis professionals that have ever been out there, they all played other activities. They all did other sports, soccer, hockey, everything else. So, it's a wonderful transition into tennis, playing other sports, but it's also the opposite. Tennis gives you, all of the eye-hand coordination, all the footwork everything else, balance, jumping ability, striking ability. It has it all.
And the mental side. I don't know that there's a sport, maybe you could put golf in that argument, that is more mentally taxing than tennis. It's such you can be the better player on the court that day, but if your mental game's not right, you're going to get beat.
Absolutely.
And going back to this whole idea, too, with children or young people that are looking to play sports, I want to say that if you're a parent and you have a child, let's say the child's 12 years old and is demonstrating some really good skills. Maybe it's a fantastic basketball player, pitcher, whatever it may be. I think a mistake that you can make is then to try to funnel that kid just into that sport. I think the more you can expose them to other stuff, it does two things. Like you said, it cross-pollinates your skills a little bit, but it also gives you a little bit of a break. You're not just playing soccer 24/7. You're doing other things.
And it gives you balance and in your life and in the sports. It works on all of those muscles. So if you're a soccer player and that's all you do, you've got unbelievable leg strength and unbelievable footwork, but your eye-hand coordination might not be there.
That's right. Yeah.
And so it's transitioning and making that balance happen.
Yeah, being good at multiple different things, really. And like you said, if you look at Rafael Nadal, I think there were some people that said that maybe he could have been a professional soccer player. Novak Djokovic, what an elite level athlete.
Absolutely.
When you look at Novak and what he can do. Roger Federer, even though he was probably not built physically like a tank, incredibly strong, incredibly fast, fantastic athlete.
Yep. Federer was a great soccer player. Novak, everybody says he would be an unbelievable wide receiver.
Yeah.
In the NFL.
I believe that.
Yep.
I believe that. Tell us about your time as a high school tennis player. Was that something? Was this in Wisconsin, being that Wisconsin probably is known more to be a hockey state, football state? Was tennis an afterthought in the high school?
Oh yeah, we took a back seat.
So
for sure,
you didn't have the best locker room, is what you're saying?
We did not. No, we did not. No, I did in high school. I did soccer, tennis, and swimming in those 3 sports, and that, for me, when I started getting more serious about tennis, I used the other sports as kind of a fitness regimen for getting into the tennis season.
At what point, though, did you start thinking, and we're foreshadowing a little bit, that maybe I can play this sport in college? Maybe I'm good enough.
Yeah, it was about maybe my senior year. I realized that I was having a pretty good season and playing undefeated in singles and doing very well in doubles, and figured at that point that, yeah, I probably need to continue this.
That's cool. Yeah, that's been like I got a path. There's something there for me.
Yeah, then I got a little growth spurt, which helped a little bit going into college, and
put on some height,
created a little more on my serve, and made it a little bit easier. Yeah.
You listen to the Marc McMain Show. Our guest is Bill Dopp. He is with USTA Southern, and I'm not even going to try to tell your title again, Bill. What is that title that you are with USTA Southern?
Industry Relations and Engagement.
That is an absolute fantastic title. When we come back, we're going to learn more about his college career playing tennis. Stick around.
Looking for that perfect piece of jewelry designed just for you? At P&A Jewelers, family owned since 1976, we've been helping our customers shine for nearly 50 years. Now proudly run by second-generation brother and sister team, we specialize in custom jewelry design, expert repair work, and fine jewelry for every occasion. Visit P&A Jewelers, where family tradition sparkles. Located in Loganville beside Quick Trip, or online at shoppajewelers.com. Follow us on Facebook to see what's new.
Whether you're mowing, grading, or just taking care of your property, you need the proven reliability of #1 selling Kubota compact tractors to help you get it all done right. Stop by today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $3,250. Now through February 28th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Hayes Tractor, located at 545 Highway 11 in Social Circle. Online at HayesTractor.com. John's Supermarket in downtown Monroe is proud to serve the Walton County community for over 50 years. 3 generations of the Thompson family offering the freshest produce, quality meats, everyday essentials, and now featuring Bistro South, a quick service restaurant with freshly made Southern cuisine and ready-to-heat gourmet meals. Always proud to support local farmers and suppliers, John's Supermarket has the best meat in town and tons of weekly specials. Stop by and see them for all the ingredients, meals, snacks, sweets, gifts, and everything in between you need.
Is technology giving you a tough time at your home or business? Don't worry, Big Mountain Computers is here to help. We're your local tech experts, now open in Madison. Our white glove service ensures personalized solutions for all your IT needs, hardware fixes, remote support, private lessons, and more. Visit us at Madison Plaza across from Ingalls or call 706-343-4184 to schedule your consultation. That's 706-343-4184. Big Mountain Computers, turning your mountains into molehills.
Your land is more than just real estate, it's your legacy. But what do you do with it? Manage it for the future, or is now the right time to sell? For more than 50 years, Forest Resource Consultants has helped landowners answer those questions. Our land management professionals will help create a plan that improves your timber's health and value. Stop wondering and start planning today. Visit frc.us.com or call Shane Boyer in Madison at 770-584-0725.
Roll-Off Systems of Statham, they're on a roll. They offer dumpsters in all sizes, trash compactors, porta potties, and new combo cans. Existing sites are new building sites. Trash and waste disposal, it's their business. Locally owned and operated. Call Roll-Off Systems today. 770-725-ROLL. That's 770-725-ROLL. Or go to rolloffsystems.com.
Welcome back. Marc McMain, our guest is Bill Dopp. He's with USTA Southern. He is the ambassador for tennis to the state of Georgia. I think that's the better title for you, Bill, is ambassador.
You like that better?
Yeah, I think that really explains what you do.
I got a little beef with you that, when I came in, I thought that the Barron's custard guy was going to be bringing custard.
We thought so, too.
Us and what happened?
Well, even if he did bring custard, we would have polished it all off. I got to promise you that.
Gotcha.
We would never let melting custard go to waste.
Would not go to waste.
But I figured that'd be the perfect thing is, hey, start off with the custard, then you get to burn the calories with tennis. That's how I do it.
There you go.
Absolutely.
So we're talking about Bill's experience, how he got involved in tennis and the high school level. We're going to shift to college now. So you're a senior in high school. You're hitting your growth spurt. You're having a great season. And now you're like, hey, I'm pretty good at this. Maybe I can play in college.
Yep. So had the opportunity to go to University of Wisconsin, Stevens Point. That was the first school that I went to, and played one season there. Did very well. Played number one doubles. Like I said, doubles specialist. A little bit.
That's your wheelhouse.
It kind of went in that direction, and then I transferred over to University of Wisconsin River Falls. Foreshadowing, it was a closer commute to my then fiance.
Okay, yeah, motivation.
Now my wife. Of 30 years. So that made it a lot easier, and I played number one singles and number one doubles there.
What was that experience like playing at the collegiate level? That'd be a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, and I liked the fact that you knew that you were going to play somebody with some ability.
Yeah.
You know, it was always going to be a battle, and like you said, mentally, these are individuals that are already road tough.
Right.
You know, they've been through the battle. They're not just going to wither away and let you have it.
Yeah, because sometimes maybe in high school you're playing a match. You may be playing like against a great soccer player who decided to pick up a racket. And so now you're going against the guys who are there for a reason.
Exactly.
Right? I could only imagine that you'd had, because tennis, look, are you still calling your own shots at the college level?
Oh, yeah.
So no line judges.
Yeah.
Any altercations, you ever have an argument, or is everybody always 100% honest?
God, it's funny. I just don't. I'm sure that there were bad calls.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there were, but I just don't remember any altercations.
So nothing came of it, yeah.
Not really, which is surprising to me now, because now I've played, a lot of league tennis here in Atlanta, which is really, really popular. And, there's altercations all over the place with league tennis. Yeah.
Atlanta's actually a pretty doggone hot tennis scene.
Oh, it's the hottest in the world.
Does it? And we'll talk about this in the last segment. But is it a little bit of a shocker that Atlanta has yet to be able to produce? Well, I guess we have. Who have we produced that has actually made it to the national scene? Donald Young, is that his name?
Donald Young, Melanie O'Don.
I remember her. Yeah, she made a good run at the U.S. Open.
Yep. Chris Eubanks.
That's right, Chris Eubanks. Yeah,
now he just recently retired,
so he does a lot of announcing.
He's going into broadcasting. Yep.
But it's interesting to me that Atlanta is this incredible hotbed for tennis on the recreational side, because we can play it year round.
Right.
And there's a lot of people here. I'm hoping to see that we get more traction here. We can dig in that in a little bit. Going back to your time, so you wrap up your college career. Did you have a good college career, by the way?
I did. Yeah, I think I finished up third in the conference.
Wow.
And that was wonderful for me. I didn't have any aspirations of going on to playing professionally.
Right.
At that point, I already had decided to go on and get into the tennis business of directing and managing tennis facilities.
So your playing career is over, but your tennis career wasn't over.
Correct.
Yep. So what was next for you out of college?
I had a couple bouts, 2 summers in a row where I worked up in Canada, about 3 hours north of Toronto, just in the absolute boonies, and so it was kind of interesting that I got to meet all sorts of international players, all sorts of international teaching professionals, and they were really, really good.
Wow.
And so I learned at that point that I had to up my ability level in terms of teaching and being able to communicate how to play tennis on the tennis court.
Yeah, so it's one thing to just be good at it and go out there and play at a high school or college level. Now you're having to teach other people that have aspirations to go above and beyond.
And the other thing for me, which I think might be a little bit of a unique situation, is that everybody thinks, oh well, tennis is a country club sport, or it's you get all these private lessons, and I had one private lesson for my entire life.
No way.
Yes, and my mom paid a local pro $5 to help me with my serve when I was about 12 years old. And that lesson by far was the most impactful lesson that I've ever had.
Best $5 you ever spent.
Yeah, but and I tell my mom that all the time, but that was the only private lesson I ever had.
I'm a little disappointed you've never come to me for a private lesson on how to hit a forehand.
Your forehand is amazing. In many ways. In many ways.
I detect the sarcasm in there.
What? No. But yeah, so it was an interesting process for me to actually learn how to teach, because I did know how to play, and but understanding the actual stroke development, understanding balance, footwork,
the mechanics of what takes place. Yeah,
exactly.
You're listening to the Marc McMain Show. Our guest is Bill Dopp. He is with the United States Tennis Association, Southern, which is here in Georgia, and I guess the whole Southeast. You also, I know you shared with me in the past too, you went to like an academy that maybe helped you with advancing your professional path now, which is in the teaching, in the admin side or the business side, as you call it. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I worked for an organization called Peter Burwash International, and Peter Burwash, no one will know his name other than people in the tennis industry, but they called him the Flying Canadian. He was a guy that was number one in Canada, played professionally, did very well on the Pro Tour, but just didn't win the Grand Slams. You know, he had people in his way like Rod Laver and some of those guys.
But he would appear at the U.S. Open and the big Grand Slams.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yep. He played in all of them. But he really kind of developed a new way of teaching, and it was teaching the individual, not teaching a kind of a process. He didn't have that process.
Yeah.
He would take a look at the individual and say, what are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? How can I help them now?
And cater it to just that person. So it's versus a curriculum, if you will.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
And I would imagine that really prepared you then for what what's next for you in your career.
Yeah. And so what it really developed was not just in tennis, but in the business world as well, is treat every situation as an individual. Treat every sale as an individual. Treat every facility, tennis facility. How can I help that facility?
Yeah.
Not a cookie cutter approach.
Yeah, because every group has their own personality and their needs and differences.
Exactly.
So then after that, then you go to Japan. Am I right in the chronological order of this?
Yeah, my wife and I, we at the time, when I interviewed for the company, they threw down, I did pretty well in the interview, and they were about to offer me a position, and they put a map of the world down. And they said, where would you like to go? And knowing that they had multiple international destinations, and we were living in Minneapolis, Minnesota at the time, I said, well, I got one request, and that's take me as far away from Minneapolis, Minnesota as you possibly can. And she said, how about Tokyo? And I said, that sounds good to me. And I was completely, quite honestly, I was ready for something completely different. I wanted the adventure.
And tell us, the listeners, what was your role when you were in Japan? Are you then a teaching pro at that point?
I was the director of it was an 800-room hotel attached to Tokyo Disney World.
Oh.
And so we had tennis courts there and a membership and everything else.
Charlie's antennas just went up when you said Disney World, our station manager. Yeah.
I also I didn't know this ahead of time, but when I flew in there, I went into the fitness center and saw that they had squash courts. And they said, oh, by the way, you're the squash director, too.
Have you ever played squash?
No, I had never played squash. I'm like, great, no problem. I'm in.
I can learn that in 10 minutes. Let me get a VHS and watch some squash tape.
Yeah, it's easy. Just easy. Yeah.
Did you ever play squash?
I did. I actually lost to the number one player in the world, badly. He didn't tell me he was until after we played. Yep.
Oh, that's classic. Mm-hmm. You're listening to Marc McMain Show. Our guest is Bill Dopp. He's with the United States Tennis Association. We're talking about his trajectory, his career, high school, college. Then he goes on to be a professional in the business side of tennis, advocating for its principles and teaching people how to play the sport. Tokyo had to be fun.
Tokyo was amazing.
And Dia's with you at this point.
She is.
Yep.
Yep.
What a cool place! Almost like a honeymoon.
It was, and we stayed at the hotel, and you know the courts were right outside, and so I just got to walk down the stairs and go to the elevator and go down to the fitness center, and
that was your job. So you wake up, honey, I'm going to work, and you go down and you're teaching people how to play.
And I taught all day long, and come back, and yep.
How long were you there for?
We typically did with Peter Burwash. We did a 6-day on, 1 day off. That was the way we operated.
You had to be in great shape because that's a lot of hours to be on the court.
Yeah, but I was 25, 26 at the time, so yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, that wasn't even a thing.
And how many hours a day are you teaching or coaching?
Yeah, between 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there.
See, the thing, Jesse, too, when you're a tennis coach, you're moving. You're not. It's not like sitting on the sideline at a football game and you're saying, "Hey, tackle harder." You're out there and you're hitting the ball with them. You're moving around. I mean, you're involved physically. So that's a lot of work.
Yeah, the worst case scenario is later in the day when you get those hitting lessons where they don't really want instruction. They just want you as the backboard, and so you go out and hit with them for You get 3 or 4 hours at the end of your day where you're just hitting.
Oh, mercy.
Yeah.
So then what brings you back to the United States at that point?
Yeah, so we had a special meeting with all of the Peter Burwash pros. They had signed on with this new facility. It was called the Disney Institute at Walt Disney World. And they built the state-of-the-art courts that you could imagine, state-of-the-art facility, and they wanted someone to go there and help manage that facility as well, and so gave me the opportunity, and so I called Dia in Japan and said, "Hey, what do you think about Disney?" And she said, "Yeah, that sounds good."
Next venture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where was that? What city was that?
That was Orlando.
In Orlando, okay.
Yep, that was like Buena Vista. So,
okay.
So we were right there attached with the Walt Disney World, and Dia became a cast member.
No way.
A Disney cast
member. She's involving herself and having fun?
Yep.
So fun.
So she did that for 3 years, and I taught there and directed the tennis program for 3 years, and it was great.
So now you're a Yankee boy. You're used to that cold weather. You're down in Orlando. Are you enjoying the heat now? Is this your cup of tea?
I joke with everybody that those were like 4 and 5 shirt days.
Oh,
like
I bet.
Literally, you just kept going through the laundry.
Yeah.
Yep. Every time. So
110% humidity, 98 degrees.
Yep. But again, I was young. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
It was all good.
Looking back, what do you consider some of the most meaningful accomplishments in your tennis career? And we can talk about whether it was in college, any achievements there, or your time as a teaching pro or building, advocating for tennis. What's important to you?
Yeah, opening the Disney Institute was a real. I worked with a gentleman named Clark Corey, who now is in Raleigh-Durham, area. But it was crucial for my career that I worked with him. He was so dedicated and so diligent about and meticulous about how we did things and how we opened that place, and it really created kind of all of the other departments would come to us and ask our opinion on how we thought they should open.
Yeah.
Because they had all sorts of different culinary and animation programs and all sorts of different stuff. But,
so just everything thought about.
Golf and yep.
And so now let's fast forward to when I actually met you. So the Olympics come to Atlanta in 1996, and as part of the Olympics, tennis was, I guess, a medal sport by that point. Is that right, or was it an exhibition sport?
No, it was medal.
Medal sport. And so Atlanta had a premier facility in Stone Mountain, and that's how you wound up here.
Yep, Andre Agassi.
Really? Tell us about that.
Won the gold.
Yeah. Did he win it here in Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
But then you come back post-Olympics and end up managing that facility.
Yes. So, again, opportunity. I see a lot of these as just opportunities. But Stone Mountain, Georgia, had the opportunity to work with Marriott. They had hired Peter Burwash International to come in, run that program, get it back up and going. As you know, the facility was never really built to be a kind of a public tennis center. It was built to be an Olympic facility.
But did they actually host the Olympic Games at that facility there that you're at?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you could have spectators in the stands?
Yeah, 16 courts. They had one stadium court which sat 12,000 people.
Wow, I don't remember that.
And one secondary court that sat 5,000, I think. And then they had other bleachered facilities.
So then your job was to come in and try to keep that thing going and keep the motivation of people being involved.
Yeah, and with Atlanta's tennis history, we felt like it would be a no-brainer.
Yeah,
just super easy. With the tennis DNA of Atlanta, I mean, it literally is the tennis capital of the world.
Yeah,
there is nothing like Atlanta.
Think of that. Yeah.
It's the number of teams. I talk about USTA a lot, but boy, Alta is just an amazing organization in terms of organization, the inexpensiveness of being able to play on a team, and Atlanta did it right.
Well, that's another thing that you mentioned too. Is tennis is a sport that if you decide to get into, it's not really that expensive. I guess your racket would be your largest investment, but you can get a decent racket for $80-$90. You go to a sporting goods store, you get something that gets you going.
Yeah, look on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. You can find an amazing racket for.
You're right.
But I've been with Wilson for 30 years, so I'm actually recommending that everybody go to Your Serve Tennis.
Get a Wilson.
Get your Wilson racket, your Wilson shoes, Luxilon string, which is owned by Wilson. Yep.
The shoes are not cheap either, right? You need decent tennis shoes. If you're going to play tennis, you can't wear the old crummy sneakers. You got to have real tennis shoes.
I highly approve of Wilson and their products.
When we come back, more with Bill Dopp. Stick around.
If you're in the construction business, you're going to need a dumpster at some point in time, and that's why you need to call Atha Equipment Rental in Monroe, now offering 20 and 30-yard cans. Atha Equipment Rental now offers a complete line of landscape and construction equipment like tools, trenchers, floor sanders, jackhammers, and so much more, like rentals for your parties with tables, chairs, popcorn machines, Dunkin' booths, and more. Call Jason Atha at 770-207-6041. That's Atha Equipment Rental on East Spring Street in Monroe.
Don't miss a huge discounts on new Fords and special financing rates for most qualified buyers going on now at Loganville Ford. Plus, see their great selection of pre-owned vehicles at their used car supercenter at discounted prices. Loganville Ford is your home for quick lane, offering service and tires for all makes and models. Open Monday through Saturday at 7 a.m. 3460 Highway 78 in Loganville. Stop in or shop online at LoganvilleFord.com. Affordable housing is just around the corner at Cimarron Park. Cimarron Park is a mobile community located on Harry Arnold Road, just off of Highway 78 in Monroe, that offers 2- and 3-bedroom homes with spacious wooded lots, lit streets, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Some homes are for sale with available financing. Call James for all the details. 404-401-1068. That's 404-401-1068. Or go to CimarronPark.com.
When it comes to tasty treats, the only place you need to be is Stone Mountain Pecan Company. Offering high-quality Georgia pecans, other nuts, dried fruits, coffees, and candies, Stone Mountain Pecan has it all. And the best part, it's all online at stonemountainpecan.com. Or take it all in person and visit their country store on Highway 78 in Monroe. Stone Mountain Pecan Company. Something for everyone. Eat well, be happy.
Welcome back. Marc McMain. Our guest is Bill Dopp. He's with the United States Tennis Association. Anybody out there listening that has been contemplating getting into tennis, this has been your show to listen to, because Bill is the ambassador of tennis to the state of Georgia. So, Bill, you go to the Stone Mountain Tennis Center post-Olympics, and then ultimately you leave that entity that you're with. How did you get involved with the USTA?
Yeah, we ran at the Stone Mountain Tennis Center. We ran a lot of USTA events and had the great fortune to meet a lot of the USTA staff as we ran those events. And some of those staff members became some of my very good friends. And it created an opportunity when USTA said, hey, we want to have individuals in the field that can help other tennis facilities with issues, with problem solving, with getting their courts back up and going. I don't know if most people know, but courts tend to wear down, they break down, they crack. All of a sudden they become very unsafe. And if you don't have the right people involved, they'll just let them go and be unsafe. And then ultimately they say, oh, well, that space could be used for something else, instead of actually bringing in a court construction company and having them resurface
do the maintenance,
courts and
get it
do
back
the
up to
maintenance.
speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, because I've driven through neighborhoods before where you can look over. I always see if they have tennis courts, and you look over and you see some of them are tip-top, perfectly well-maintained, painted recently, maybe even the LED lights. And then sometimes you look over, and I've seen neighborhoods where the courts are just completely dilapidated.
It's a sad.
Yeah.
It hurts my heart when I see that. So yeah, I had the great fortune of being able to work with a lot of tennis facilities across Georgia and across the southern sections, 9 states. And
you shared with us earlier, and let's go over again. What is the USTA's mission? What are their key programs, and what are they trying to accomplish? I'm assuming, again, the end goal is to get more people playing tennis.
Yeah, grow the game was the most formerly mission statement for USTA. Now we are saying grow the game, but with the health, for the health of tennis. And what that means is that there are so many health benefits, and we've talked about a few of them here already, but there's so many health benefits that come with playing tennis. There's that mental clarity, there's that physical awareness, and all of those things leading together. And we've had multiple doctors come together and realize that tennis is actually will help you and help others have a longer lifespan.
I've heard that. Yeah.
And up to 10 years of additional lifespan if you are a tennis player.
Just keeping your body in motion.
Correct.
And then, of course, the social engagement, it goes a long way as well. I mean, tennis.
And they compared it with all of the other sports as well and what their benefits were. And tennis was the highest.
Maybe too early to tell, but I can tell you this from my own anecdotal experience, that I have seen far less injuries in these 2+ decades I've been playing tennis versus the 1.5 years I've been involved in pickleball. Pickleball's, there's a lot of people taking nosedives in pickleball, Dopper, because it's it's an awkward motion when you're kind of reaching and bending over for a ball. So what happens, in my opinion, is you have people that look at tennis, and let's face it, there is a learning curve to tennis. You can't just pick up a racket and be good.
Correct.
You're going to have to commit hours each week to maybe hitting ground strokes, practicing with somebody, getting into a league. But it's fun, because part of the journey in tennis is you start off, you don't hit real well, but then after a couple months, your game's going, and after a year, you're going to be a 3-5 player, right? Whereas in pickleball, I think people look at it and like, hey, I can be good in 10 minutes, which the average guy in pickleball, if you played any sport, you can be good in 10 minutes. But then you get beer muscles, and you start lunging for balls that you should be lunging for. Is that what the accidents are taking place?
There's an instant gratification with pickleball for sure.
Yeah,
and we've played and I've played, and I just don't get the same satisfaction out of it. Not that it's a bad activity.
Sure,
or bad,
no.
And I've also played padel, which is a new up and coming racket sport.
It's almost
well.
like racquetball and pickleball combined, padel.
Yes, exactly. Yep. So it's got the glass walls and everything, and it's fun and it's active. I still don't think it holds a candle to tennis, but
you're listening to the Marc McMain Show. Our guest is Bill Dopp. No, and that's so. I'm obviously I'm a tennis player, and so I really appreciate the sport. But that's what I love about it is there's so many facets to the sport, whether it's singles or doubles, and then the strategies are infinite. That's what makes the sport so unique, is that it's always, and look, proof is this. If you watch a major tournament, and it doesn't matter if you're watching the top level pros or the 70th ranked person in the country or in the world, no two matches are alike. You know, it's
Absolutely.
just they all have their varying elements to it that make it interesting. And as a player, that's what I enjoy, is that you never know what you're up against that night as far as your competitors are concerned, whether it's a friendly match or if you're playing in some type of league. So Atlanta has a variety of leagues. You have USTA, you've got Alta, you've got T2, some of those as well.
Yep.
Is USTA, are they the dominant ones in this area? Is that the biggest organization?
Across the southern section, USTA predominantly is the dominant one. The only time I would say that varies a little bit is in Atlanta.
With Alta. Okay.
Alta kind of got here first,
Yep.
and they got their lay of the land, but they work together, and that's the thing that I like about Alta and USTA within Atlanta is Alta typically their big seasons are spring and fall, and for USTA their big seasons are summer and winter.
That works good.
So they
Yeah.
kind of combine it that way. They try to avoid the opportunity for a lot of court clashing with teams.
What programs does USTA offer for somebody who's never even picked up a racket? Like, so if somebody just wants to get into the game, they've never played before, maybe played back in high school, what's their first step, and what do you guys offer for that?
Yeah, and both Athens and Atlanta both offer a program called Tennis Apprentice, which is essentially it's like a 6-week course where you go in and you'll get some instruction. It's light instruction, but it's also a lot of like understanding the play.
Yeah.
And understanding, initially it might be working on forehands, backhands, and volleys and serves, but then it gets into scorekeeping. It gets into actual rallies. It evolves into match play. And the hope is that after that 6 weeks, if you're ready, you can then jump onto a lower level team.
Find a league to play in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you're sailing.
Yeah, and Athens has a great tennis culture out there.
They do.
A lot of places where you
Very
can go
much
play.
so.
Yeah, so that's the cool part. If you want to play, you just need tennis shoes and a racket. And I was thinking too, you go to a garage sale, you're going to find somebody that's selling a racket that they quit playing, and you could probably pick up something for $5 or $10.
Specifically a Wilson racket.
And if you think about it, yes, pushing that Wilson again.
What do you mean?
But the cool part is, if you think about it, the barrier of entry cost-wise is probably one of the lower, lesser expensive sports to play, because for the most part, you can go play tennis at a lot of public places for free.
Absolutely.
So it's,
and that to me is like I said, it gets a little bit of a bad rap that it's a country club sport, because it's not really. If you go through Atlanta, there's a whole bunch of neighborhoods that aren't country clubs that have teams.
That's right.
And some of them host tournaments and things like that. So it's a great avenue to get your kids in, get your adults in, get your parents in, whatever.
What's next for the USTA? What do you guys look at doing as far as continuing to grow this? Are there other big tournaments that they're planning to bring into town to kind of spark that interest and put us on the map?
Yeah, so we just hosted a big pro exhibition, which was Sabalenka and Kyrgios.
I was there. That was fun.
And it was an outstanding in Duluth.
Yep.
At the arena there, and so I think things like that. We had the BB&T at the Atlanta Open for 15 consecutive years. It was a great men's tournament. Ended up in Atlantic Station, was the last place that it ended. But I think something like that might be in the works of bringing that back around, or a pro event. Could be a women's event.
Yeah.
Could be a mixed men's and women's type tournament. I think they're waiting for the right opportunity, though.
Yeah, you look at like what the Rock Lobsters has done for hockey in the Athens area, right? You put something there that has that spectacle to it, then people want to get involved. And then kids want to start playing the sport, and then it just kind of manifests from there. And Chastity, going back to, I was joking about my forehand. Have you ever seen the Haney Project where they're trying to fix Charles Barkley's golf swing?
Yeah.
That's my forehand. It's a train wreck.
It's a bad.
Bill's invested hours into my forehand, and he pretty much just gave up and said, "You know what? Just hit backhands for the rest of your life."
I've never heard that analogy, but man, does that fit?
It describes it perfect.
I remember seeing Charles Barkley not swinging a golf club, and I'm thinking that kind of looks like my forehand. But I make up for it with the backhand.
There
I got a decent little two-hander.
There you go.
So Dopper just said, run around the forehand, hit a backhand, you'll be fine.
Well, practice makes perfect.
That's right.
He hits laser backhands.
I got a decent backhand.
Well,
That's right. You're listening to the Marc McMain Show. When we come back, continue our discussion with Bill Dopp. Stick around.
Ready to grow your small business and reach thousands of new customers? Say hello to Town Values Magazine, formerly MTM Shopper, proudly serving the community for 22 years. Every month, thousands of magazines are mailed directly to homes in Walton, Oconee, Barrow, Rockdale, Newton, Gwinnett, and beyond to further expand your reach. Our magazine is packed with valuable coupons and services offered, helping families save money while supporting the community they love. We specialize in local direct marketing that works, building your brand, driving sales, and connecting you with the customers who matter most. Plus, we're online at townvalues.com and on Facebook and Instagram, giving your business even more exposure in print and digital. Ready to reserve your space in the next edition? Call Liliana at 770-267-6650. Town Values Magazine. Local, trusted, powerful. Helping businesses grow and families save.
If you're looking for a caring dental office that can handle all of your dental needs, look no further. Georgia Dental Studio provides routine and emergency exams. Whether your smile needs a gentle exam, a full mouth restoration, or anything in between, they promise to provide you with exceptional care. They do extractions, root canals, crowns, implants, IV sedation, veneers, and much more. Call 770-464-3626. Georgia Dental Studio, 150 Main Street in Jersey, just a short drive from Monroe, Social Circle, Covington, Bogart, and Oxford.
Leadfoot Mulching and Grading offers land clearing, hauling of gravel and sand, and more. And now offering screen topsoil for the farmer or homeowner, asphalt paving, and more. No job is too big or small. Locally owned and operated, it's Leadfoot Mulching and Grading, serving all of North Georgia. Fair prices and great customer service. Phone 404-909-5227 or go to leadfootmulching.com.
Are you considering selling your house or land, or perhaps finding your dream home? Call Stacy McCullers, your trusted real estate expert with 12 years of experience and a lifelong connection to Walton County. Stacy is here to help you every step of the way. Whether you're buying or selling, she's available anytime to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. Don't wait. Call today, 678-859-6336. A member of Malcolm & Malcolm Realty Professionals, Stacy McCullers, your realtor for life.
Looking for that perfect piece of jewelry designed just for you? At P&A Jewelers, family owned since 1976, we've been helping our customers shine for nearly 50 years. Now proudly run by second-generation brother and sister team, we specialize in custom jewelry design, expert repair work, and fine jewelry for every occasion. Visit P&A Jewelers, where family tradition sparkles. Located in Loganville beside Quick Trip, or online at shoppajewelers.com. Follow us on Facebook to see what's new.
Welcome back, Marc McMain. Our guest, Bill Dopp. He's with the United States Tennis Association, ambassador of tennis to the state of Georgia. And I mean that when I say that, Bill, I'm not just trying to be flattering to you everywhere I go. People in the tennis arena, they know you, they like you. You really have been a great thing for tennis, in addition to the fact that you're one heck of a tennis player. And I got to tell you, Chastity, so every now and then, the way I met Bill, I goes back, you and I have been buddies for 20 years now.
A lot of years.
And so I've always been just an average, run-of-the-mill 3.5 tennis player. And so I've met Bill, and I found out that he was this top-level former college player. Yeah, stud, 5'5". Or
Gotta get to know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I did is I snuck him out one night on amateur night with my buddies when we all would play like on a Thursday night. And I said, hey, I got a guy going to join us tonight. I'm going to pair him up with me. And
Oh, no.
we proceeded to mop the tennis courts up.
There.
And so rare is it that I get to play with Bill because we're different levels, but he still likes to come out and I call it slumming. He comes out and hangs out with me and the 3-5 boys every now and then and bangs us.
Kind of helps teach y'all, coach
That's
y'all
right.
around a little
That's
bit. Yeah.
right.
There you go.
It's great for me because I get to see that forehand of Marc's.
That's, you know what? I should tape it and put it on the internet and start charging lessons.
Yeah,
it's a hot mess. But speaking of my buddy, Juan Carlos, my tennis partner, that dude's got a forehand.
He has a wonderful forehand.
You got like a laser beam.
Yep.
So tell us, I alluded to earlier that I'm surprised that more professional tennis players don't come from Atlanta. I think we are a hotbed for talent as far as basketball, baseball, of course, football is concerned. Why are we not producing elite level tennis players?
Yeah, I forgot to mention, the one that's probably the biggest standout coming out of Atlanta is Coco Gauff. She was
she's out of Atlanta. Okay, yeah,
Atlanta girl, and she ended up moving and training later in life, but yeah, so that's reached number one in the world.
Won a major.
So won a major.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's funny too that you say this, because think about this: the trajectory for you, if you are, let's say you're bound to play in the NFL, your trajectory is middle school football, well, Pop Warner, middle school, high school, college, pro. Same would hold true for basketball, right? Yes. Not much different. Tennis is different. That if you are, say, 12 or 13 years old and they've identified that you are an elite level prospect, you're going to get moved to an academy somewhere.
That used to be the case exclusively.
Okay.
And I would say that there were a few standouts that changed that trajectory for college and moving on to pro tennis. John Isner was one of them.
Okay.
That he was such a visible college player and dominated on the college scene, and everybody knew that he was going pro, but they kept wondering when.
Okay.
And he kept staying in college and played for UGA.
So he never did the academy route.
He did not.
Yeah.
And he stayed with it and went all the way through college, graduated, and then went pro and had a wonderful tennis career.
All-time ace leader in the history of the game.
Yep. Retired at 38 years old, I believe. So, yeah. And so what happened after John is you saw a lot of college players stay in college. Or future pro hopefuls went to college to get a little bit more experience, a little bit more life experience, and then they would go on. Because, quite honestly, the traveling on the pro tour, it's a rough life.
Oh, I can imagine.
It's a very lonely existence. You're traveling typically by yourself, maybe with a coach, but there's not a lot of camaraderie because you're playing against people that potentially are going to be playing you in a tournament later in the go.
So everybody kind of keeps it close to the shop. I'm glad you mentioned UGA. What a great venue when their season is in full swing, which I'm assuming is spring, or is that when
spring.
UGA plays?
Yeah.
What a great place to go and watch a tennis match. Men and women, and they've got a great program there.
Yeah, for many, many years they hosted the national championships, and it was every year we would get the home field advantage. And we would bring out all of our football fans to the tennis courts and the students, and they would pack it out, and it was a raucous event.
Well, I highly recommend it that if you are a spectator of tennis and you've not been to the UGA facility, look it up, check it out. It's not expensive. As a matter of fact, I think some of the matches, it may even be free for the general admission.
Yeah.
And so it's a great venue, high quality tennis, very fun to watch. You had queued up a couple of things. Tell us about the USTA coaching program.
Yeah, so one of I mentioned the 35 by 35, and so the idea with that is that, we're trying to obviously get a lot of players playing tennis, 35 million, but we're also, through that, we're trying to increase the number of courts, because you can't increase the number of players without increasing the number of courts in the U.S. But you also have to increase the number of coaches. And so this is an area that we feel very strongly about, and that we need more coaches.
When you say coaches, are you talking like at a level, like a high school level, or are you talking about out of school, like program coaches?
All of the above.
Okay.
So we're looking at it from grassroots coaches that are going to take it at the park and recs, that are sometimes volunteer coaches, all of the coaches that help with high school programs. We're looking at not just having that one pro that's at a 18-court facility.
Yeah.
We want 10 pros at that 18-court facility.
That makes sense, yeah.
And we want to make sure that we've got multiple pros at all of these neighborhoods that are around, especially in Atlanta, where we've got courts at every neighborhood.
You had also mentioned, am I saying this right, Rogi?
Rogi.
What is that?
I don't know if you remember playing tennis, but it used to be really difficult as a junior. Is we used to keep we would force young players to play with adult size equipment, large adult heavy rackets with typical yellow tennis balls that are very heavy and very fast, and they move through the air very fast. So what we did is we modified all of that equipment to make it easier for kids to jump into the game. And so that's the Rogi, which is red, orange, green, and yellow. So that's the progression that we use.
For the sizes of the equipment. That's interesting, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
so
like
red
that.
being for the 5 and unders, orange 8 and under, and green 10 and under.
So if you're a parent of young kids and you want to get them involved, that's a great stepping stone for them to have their initial experience in tennis. You're listening to the Marc McMain Show. Our guest is Bill Dopp with the United States Tennis Association. You guys have also come out with a little bit of an answer to pickleball. Is it called red ball? Is that
red ball tennis?
Yeah. What, is that, again, kind of maybe a little bit of a precursor for somebody that wants to get involved in tennis?
It's what we feel like it is, that it allows you to still hit and take a full swing like you would on a tennis court, but it's with a red tennis ball that doesn't move through the air very fast.
Okay.
It's just a lot slower type game, but still just as much fun.
And played on the smaller portion of the
Played
tennis
on a
court, just
smaller
using the
court.
service boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
That is kind of the answer to pickleball. Does it make the same old clunky pickleball noise when the paddle hits the ball?
It doesn't.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that
I think
noise
that's the
at
biggest
all.
complaint of residents in a pickleball community is that noise. Matter of fact, they're actually implementing some noise ordinances to stop people from playing pickleball because it's so obnoxious sometimes. Oh.
In California, they got banned.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
California bans everything.
Yeah.
So, who's going to be the next men's championship that is a U.S.-born player? Because the United States...
Taylor Fritz.
You think Taylor Fritz is the guy?
He's the guy.
We've not had a championship since Pete Sampras. Am I right? Or was it Andre Agassi? Who won the most the last American? No,
Roddick.
Roddick did in
Andy Roddick.
2001?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yep.
24 years ago?
24 years. Yep.
Mercy.
But now remember, we had these 3 guys that were pretty good during that period between 2001 and now.
Yeah.
Of Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic.
And Murray probably could have been in that equation if he didn't get injured.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
But you're right. Those guys took up all the oxygen. So you think Fritz is the next chance for us to have an American-born...
Seems like it.
Yeah.
He's got a monster serve. He's got a monster forehand. He can hit winners from anywhere on the court. And he's starting to actually develop his net game, which is amazing for him.
Yeah.
So to finish points a little bit quicker.
That'll be interesting to see him. Keep an eye on him. The Australian Open begins in a couple days.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Right around
it's going to be
corner.
exciting.
Any other advances in technology? Remember back in the 60s, 70s, we had the wooden rackets that the head was, not much bigger than a dinner plate. Now the rackets have gotten bigger. They're made of carbon fiber and all these space-age materials. What's next on the technology side?
Yeah, the carbon fiber is still seems to be. It's now they're modifying the shapes. They're increasing the flexibility of the rackets or the stiffness of the rackets. They're changing small, minute things now to make them perfect.
Yeah.
And as well as the string itself, and that's becoming kind of the technology point, is where, what type of string are you putting in, and they're getting very advanced with that.
They just need a racket that fixes my forehand, Bill.
Yes. Somehow, I'm not exactly sure.
That's going to take extra technology to get that fix that forehand.
Yes.
Well, this is a lot of fun. I appreciate you joining us. Tell our listeners one more time if they want to get involved in the USTA, one of the leagues, one of the coaching programs or learning programs. Where do they go?
Super easy. Go to USTA.com, United States Tennis Association.com, and that will actually pull up by your zip code.
That's
so
excellent.
Wherever you live, it'll pull up the local programs where you live.
Bill, this is a lot of fun for me. I appreciate you taking the time to visit with us, and I hope our listeners enjoyed this.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah,
Thanks,
absolutely.
Chastity.
And I'll see you Thursday night on the courts.
Absolutely.
Chastity, what's next for us? What we got coming in tomorrow?
Absolutely. So tomorrow for the Marc McMain show, we have Fred Gretsch.
Ooh, Fred
Yes.
is the descendant of the founder of Gretsch Guitars and owns
Yes.
Jeep Brand Barbecue out in Oglethorpe County.
Awesome.
Yep.
And then we'll have our very own Brock Bridges along with Ben Bridges.
Those are the high
in
school football
studio.
guys. Yep,
Uh-huh.
that's going to be great.
And then Chuck Bridwell.
Chuck is Pastor Jonathan House. That is his father-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
he's going to come in and talk about Christian music. Yeah, good dude.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to have that song queued up for him tomorrow.
Little Larry Norman?
No, my mix-up from earlier.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to play chickens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Well, we are going to run some chickens back at you. We're going to play. What are we playing, Chelsea? Chickens.
So we're going to do first Take It to the House.
Take It to the House, then chickens.
You know, Waffle House and
Kevin Moon.
Yes.
Yeah, let's run some more back. He
Absolutely.
was great. Folks,
He
we'll
was
see you
great.
tomorrow at noon. Until then, stay safe.